this credit score that we think of, this thing that we call a credit score, how is it created? What are the ingredients to it, right? So I'll give you those if you're asking. You know what I'm saying? So the ingredients of a credit score, right? First and foremost, we have payment history, right? And payment history is about 35% of out of 100 of the pie chart that makes up your credit score. So that means 35% of your credit score is depending on how often you pay your bills, the amount of latenesses that you've had on them. The more reliable you are paying your bills, the more of that 35% is covered, right? So most credit companies right now, or mostly everybody dealing with credit history, right, or payment history, deals with the fact that there is something called the Fair Credit Act, which allows people to write letters to credit bureaus and creditors asking for different verification of the loan, asking for specific information, which, if it cannot be provided, needs to be taken off of your credit report, right? So, a lot of companies charge you monthly to write these letters to companies and credit bureaus trying to dispute some of the claims that are on your credit report and trying to get them removed, right? And that's a big thing that works wonders, right? And it has changed people's lives and added so many points to people's credit score. But that's only 35% of your credit score, right? So what about the other 65%? So another 30% of your credit score is made up of credit utilization, right? So that means, that's just to say, if you have $1,000 card, $1,000 credit card, if you use $700 and have a balance of $700, that means you've used up 70% of your credit utilization, right? So that's easy enough. So a lot of times, most credit companies say that they would like you to have a credit utilization of no more than 30%, 20% being ideal, right? So how can a company that's dealing with your payment history, right, and sending letters, how can they help you with your credit utilization? The only way to help you with your credit utilization, other than getting things removed from your credit report, is to actually pay those bills, right? And I don't really think it's too many companies that's going to say, hey, we want to help you get your utilization down. Let me send you some money, right? Nah, it's not really happening like that. So that's where we come into play, right? Because there is money that you have that you're not using or that you don't know is yours, right? So through cash flow management, we help people to understand where to extract money that they already have, but that's being taken away by different entities. And with how to extract that money, bring it back to yourself so that you can pay down debt 3, 4, 5 times faster. And as you pay down debt, your credit score rises because your credit utilization is going down, right? Boom. That's that. Now, after credit utilization, right, we have length of credit history, right? So the longer that you actually have a credit card, right, this is 15% of what makes up your credit score, right? The length of credit history that you have. So someone who's a little older, who's had a credit card for 15 years, right? That length of history builds and continues to fatten or make more attractive their credit report, because it makes up 15% of the credit report. So the longer that you actually have cards, the longer that you've had credit extended to you, the higher your credit score goes, depending based on that 15%, right? The next two things that makes up the credit score, right? One, you have the mixed use, right, of credit. So the different kinds of credit that you have: credit cards, loans, store cards, any variation of credit that you can receive, right? That mix, a healthy mix of installment payments or installment loans like a student loan, or revolving debt or revolving loans like a credit card. A good mix of those together makes up the mix, the mixed credit that you need to have to show lenders or give them a snapshot of how you operate. Lastly, we have the last 10%. The last 10% on your credit score is new credit, right? So the different credit that you apply for, the hard inquiries, the soft inquiries that come with applying for new things, applying for a new apartment, applying for a new loan, car loan, whatever kind of loan you take in, a new card, whatever you're doing, those new types of credit. However, all of those are compiled, they make up 10% of your credit report, right? So with all those elements of your credit report, we can see that if we listen to commercials, if we have been watching TV, if we have been looking at different companies and how they operate, we can see a lot of times that they're only dealing with one section of this credit report, right? And so if we deal with the credit score and your credit report on a holistic level, now you're able to drastically improve credit scores.